Looks like we're right on track. Here's the Thames River. Indeed, and it looks as majestic as ever. I suppose some parts of London never change, even after 10 whole... Hey, that wasn't there before. I see you've noticed it too, Luke. It has to be the biggest lighthouse I've ever seen, and it sure wasn't there before. It's in almost pristine condition, so it must have been built fairly recently. Good day, you two. Isn't the view here positively glorious? Yes, it's quite nice. It's nothing short of breathtaking. Professor, look at this guy. Do you suppose he could be part of the family? Now you listen, boy. I'm standing right here. If you have something to say it to my face. What's more, I don't appreciate being associated with those drably dressed ruffians. Look at this suit, boy. Do you see that stitchwork? This was custom made in Italy. Italy, I say. Ever so sorry, sir. I mean no offense. It was foolish of me to think you were part of that bunch. Well, as long as you acknowledge your mistake, I'm willing to let bygones be bygones this once. What the heck is a bygone, by the way? But just so there's no doubt as to my identity, allow me to introduce myself. Before you stands London's most distinguished, dashing, and debonair man. The name's Graham. You could have been named Dave, and then, like, the alliteration would have been great. I would tell you to remember the name, but I know you'll never forget it. Got it, Graham. London's most distinguished, dashing, and, I forgot the last part. But I won't forget the name, I promise. You said debonair. Don't have to be internals almost like everything now? What? New position is solid. You've already fired someone. Laying the smackdown already. I see. Good job, Dante. Good job, Dante. Hey, hamburger? H5M burger? Probably hamburger. What's up? Oh, hello there. Say, do you happen to know if this is the way to Chinatown? Yeah, this path will take you there, probably. Probably? Haven't you taken this path before? No way. I've just got this feeling that something could happen to me down there, something bad. Like, what if I had a run-in with the family? That would get messy fast. I'm better off just staying here and solving puzzles. Was that an almost sneeze? That was I couldn't mute my mic fast enough to sneeze. So the sneeze was like, oh, it's too late. And then it went away. Alrighty. I got a feeling the family's goons might be lurking around here. I didn't want any trouble, so I've hidden in a spot where I can spy on them without being seen. Do me a favor, will you? And tell me how many goons there are. Oh boy. One. I'm guessing that's not a goon. That's probably a goon. 3, 4, 5. Six, 7, 8. We want to go with 8. I think I'm going to go with 8.
Here's my answer.
A bygone is a gone that has gone.
Let me think this through again.
It means friend. Or a gone that has by. Oh. I guess that is a gone gone. Alright, so I guessed 8. And I'm guessing that means that some of these are not actually family members. Kind of hard to tell, though. This guy doesn't look like a family member. Did I just miscount? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That is 8. Let's go with 9. That was
Here's my answer.
that was 0. I don't want to do that.
I guess
Sometimes-
it's back to the drawing board.
Couldn't you memo? I suppose I could. I mean, I suppose I could. One. Well, whatever. We'll do it the Sianesis way. Oh. I wish they gave you a bigger eraser. 4. 5. 6. 7. And we already did that one. 8. This guy just doesn't have the hat. He's not dressed like any of the other members. I tried putting a 9 last time and it read it as a 0. Try 9.
How about this?
Okay, fine.
No puzzle can stop Layton's apprentice.
Okay, fine. Correct, there are 9 goons creeping about. This guy doesn't look like a family member, though. Everyone else has a hat except for this guy. Get out of here with that. Man sticker. He has a white border. Guess that's the tell. I got Layton right there. Hey, you solved my puzzle. Guess you're not part of the family then. They're not too bright, I see. Of course not. We're no family goons. I'm Luke, and this man here is the famous Professor Layton. Layton, you say? Of course he's not a family goon. He's the head honcho. Help! Somebody help me! Oops, I forgot. The name Layton tends to scare the socks off people in this time. Yes, it's unfortunate, but people seem to think I'm a criminal. On a more interesting note, do take a look at the ground, Luke. Or wet footprints. His footprints must belong to the man who just ran off. Come to think of it, his feet and pants were all wet, but why? It's a bit chilly to be out for a swim, don't you think? Indeed. Well, how did he get all wet? Alrighty, just how long is this game? We're theoretically halfway done with solving all the mysteries. You know, Professor, with all the trees here, this hill's actually kind of creepy. What's the matter, Luke? Are you afraid of bumping into a ghost? Come on, Professor. I know you would never believe in something so unscientific. Unscientific, you say? Yeah, there's no proof that ghosts exist. Nothing based on fact, anyway. And as a man of science, naturally, you don't fear something as silly as ghosts, right? Well, maybe just a little. Of course you do. Everybody's afraid of ghosts. Real, live, black ghosts. Feel me? Spy with my little eye, a hidden puzzle. Can you say how long the game takes? Sure, I've looked up the estimate on how long to beat, and it said I believe 26 hours or so. You want to lay one of the 5 types of paving stones below around your garden without their overlapping each other or any of the 4 white flower bushes. You can rotate the stones, but they can't be flipped. Which one should you use? Wait. Around your garden, a garden without their overlapping each other. Only one? Let's just start this. You want to lay one of the 5 types of paving stones below around your garden without their overlapping each other or any of the 4 white flower bushes. You can rotate the stones, but they can't be flipped. Which one should you use? Okay, I think okay, I get it. I need to use the shape. Alright, so right off the bat, C does not work. E is looking good. L. I'm going with E. Running on E.
This one's as good as solved. Phew, that's a relief.
Correct. Stone E is the only one that will work. 25 is a bit much. You reckon you could beat it while reading everything in around 15 hours, maybe a bit longer. But yes, if you're talking to chat, it might take a bit longer. Okay. 15 hours. Yeah, I mean, the other Layton ones took me about 25 hours or so. But they were going much slower than this one. This one, it just feels like it's flying by, which is admittedly a good thing, because I just want to do the puzzles, you know? Just want to play the puzzles. Then it might take longer since the first game is by far the shortest. Oh. Oh dear. Hey there, you two. You got a lost look about you. Do you know where you are? I confess we do not. It's our first time passing through here. Listen, I could be wrong, but it looks like you two are a couple of upstanding citizens. I'm a nice fella, so I'll clue you two in. You're standing right on top of a black market bazaar. Black market? Wow. Well, I was right, kid. We sell a lot of weird stuff out here, and no one questions where it comes from. If it was me and those shiny loafers of yours, I'd keep my head down and vamoose as quick as I can. Yes, that seems prudent. Before we go, though, tell me, why do people come all the way out here to do their shopping? Listen, kid, the things for sale here, well, let's just say you won't find them at the supermarket. But come to the bazaar, and who can say what treasures you'll find? So you deal in antiques and other rare items. I think we've asked enough questions for one day, Luke. Let's move on, shall we? You two be careful. Oh, and if you're ever in the market for something hard to locate, swing by. Hey, Nakuri. My mind sharpened after playing this? Maybe a little bit more annoyed than sharpened. I wouldn't advise letting that flower get overburdened with puzzles, you follow?
All I'm saying is, don't leave puzzles for tomorrow when you can solve them today.
How come you don't like it? No, it's just some puzzles are suck-a-foos. We had a couple of them today already. I haven't marked in a really long time. Hello there, Mr. Cat. What's he saying, Luke? Says he's in a bit of a jam, Professor. This tomcat is trying to meet up with his sweetheart. However, the dogs on the squares with X's can smell a cat up to 3 squares away and chase him off. They can't, however, smell a cat through a wall. Which entrance, A, B, C, or D, should the tomcat take to be reunited with his lady friend? Okay, A is incorrect. B is incorrect. C... It has to be C. D goes right here, and that's 3 squares. And C just bypasses everything. Yeah. Going with C.
How about this? Phew, that's a relief.
Let's go. Perfect. The answer is C. Reunited at last. Reunited and it feels so good. I know, I'm glad we could help too. Yes, glad to be of service. You know, sometimes I do wish that I could talk to my animals. I mean, I talk to them anyways, but I wish I could understand them. Maybe that's what I meant to say. He's giving away free life lessons. Join in, everyone. Oh boy. You've not played any of the games yet, but you perceived that general reception of these games are quite positive. I think they're pretty good games. Me personally, if I were to keep it 100, I think I would have way more fun and enjoy myself much more if the game was just 100 puzzles or 50 puzzles or whatever, how many puzzles there are. And they kind of just did away with the visual novel aspect of it. But maybe I need to play like a brain teaser game or whatever that game, brain something, I don't remember what it's called. Y'all know what I'm talking about though. It's like on the DS. Play like Pix Block or whatever it's called too, maybe. And yep, a no help counter that I have to turn on and off because I forget about it all the time. Oi! Just what do you think you're doing? No one passes through this gate here. Now clear out, or we'll be having more than words with each other. I see. The nerve of them. They're just a pair of brutes, don't you agree? Professor, what are you thinking about? Tell me, Luke, did these two remind you of anyone we know? Not an exact match, but they do bear an odd resemblance to a certain pair of fellows we know. Of course, you're talking about Inspector Chelmy and Barton. I am. The similarities are quite striking, don't you think? That's a bit of a reach. Big guy in charge, check. Short assistant, check. But something tells me the inspector wouldn't take kindly to being told he resembles a criminal. Speaking of the inspector, did his presence at the event seem at all odd to you? The event? Do you mean the time machine demonstration? Yes, why do you suppose a police inspector was invited to an event like that in the first place? Well, he's cracked a few tough cases, maybe his celebrity status got him invited. Yes, I'd assume the same thing. After all, pseudo-celebrity status is what you and me, or what got you and me our tickets. Pseudo-celebrity? Nonsense, you're the great Professor Layton. Very model of a modern-day English gentleman. I hate to say it, Luke, but I think you're the only one who'd heap that kind of praise on me. From what I saw, almost everyone there was part of London's upper class or media. Almost everyone there was part of London's upper class or media. Reading is hard. The inspector and I were clear exceptions to the otherwise homogeneous list of names. So the question looms before us. Why did Dr. Stungun, whoever he is, invite the inspector and me? What I wouldn't give to hear the inspector's take on the event. Yeah, it's too bad we'd have to go back to our own time to ask him. Wait a second. What if the inspector is still working here in the future? Professor, there you are. Oh, hello, Luke. Couldn't help but overhear you as I ran up. Did you say you'd like to meet with the inspector? Yes, ideally we would meet him back in our time, while the events of 10 years ago are still fresh. I think we can make that happen. But how? Let's continue this conversation away from prying eyes, shall we? Why don't we head over to the wooded area to the west? West side. Maybe it's the Trails of puzzle games, and you have to wait 4 games before you understand the brilliance of the narrative. That's a bit of a reach there, Nakuri. Bit of a reach. The door is the most annoying door you'll ever see as a kid. Is it because it has gears on it? There, much better. I don't think anyone is likely to overhear us here. You mentioned that there is a way for us to visit the inspector who exists in our own time. I can only imagine this means returning to the present. Is that possible? Indeed, Professor. But the only way to do it is to use the wormhole in the clock shop. But the door to that place is bolted shut. How do we get in? That shouldn't be a problem. I can get that door open for you. Strange. Why is it you have such easy access to the wormhole? I promise I'll explain everything when we get there. Please trust me on this. But for now, let's return to the clock shop on Midland Road. But what about our plan to head into Chinatown? No, that will have to go on the back burner for now. The situation has changed. This kid is too suspicious.